We're getting ready here to start the finals of the Jack Fairs Open. You got the Hanna Bros back in action.
Well, they get what they pay for.
Yeah, well, good. I hope they at least don't value their time.
All right, so we got Connor Turk returning. He was a finalist last year, and I think had one too many beverages, one too many Big Turks, maybe. And I'm sure he's out. He wants to win this title this year. And he was staying with you, Brad, this week.
He was, yes,
so,
he was.
How did he behave last night?
He behaved very well. He drank water, actually. I'm not even joking. He went to bed early. We all went out and had a bit of a fun time.
So you're saying he's a bit under the weather then?
I just think he was taking this match seriously. He's taking this whole event pretty seriously. And he very much wanted to come out with us last night and enjoy himself, but he didn't.
Well, maybe he just wanted to stay home and pet the bunnies.
Well, that's true. Our viewers probably don't know that our household has two, they're guard rabbits, actually. They guard the house when we're not around. And Connor has fallen in love with these bunnies.
So, Connor, just to get into the stats here, before we get to some predictions and the match gets too far into it, they are actually have no match history, at least in the PSA. I'm not sure actually about on Club Locker in other matches in Canada, but not in the PSA. About the same height. Connor is 31, if my math is correct, and Wazy is 9. Experience edge for Connor.
And I believe, I think it's Wazi, he spent the summer in Egypt training.
Well, he just missed his serve, so I guess they didn't teach him
They
that
didn't
in
teach the serve in Egypt, no. But I've watched most of his matches, at least the ones here in London, and he's been looking very, very sharp. So this is going to be an interesting match.
Well, I think the thing I noticed watching his match with Liam yesterday is that he basically makes no errors and gets a lot of balls back. And when you're watching all the players that were in the Nash Cup, that's basically what they were doing. Very few unforced errors, and they basically get almost every single shot back.
Yeah, they just make you earn the point multiple times.
Which is pretty impressive for 19, that you can read the game that well, move that well, and just keep the ball in play. Like, it just shows you don't need to hit a lot of winners. If you make your opponent hit 10 or 11 winners to win a match or win a game, it's pretty tough to beat.
I never had that patience. Never did, never will.
Well, you didn't make many unforced errors, but you also didn't hit many winners, so.
I didn't know what a winner was. I'm still not quite sure on that, actually.
So we should also give a shout out to Peg Fairs, who's here tonight. And this is a second annual Jack Fairs Open. Yeah, it's great that she was able to join us. I know she had to fight through a lot of traffic from homecoming today at the football game, and was also at the Mustangs Hall of Fame dinner last night where Scott Nash was inducted. So great to have Peg here, and congratulations to Scott on his induction last night. So I think we don't actually have the score showing up on the
it's
for
not
the
showing
live
up in the
scoring.
feed.
So we'll probably have to check out. We have it here 4-2, 3-2 for Connor at the moment. So we'll be having to check in with Jeremiah for the J score and also the game score. Okay, so before there's any separation, Brad, we need some friendly wagers here from one brother to another. Who's going to win this?
I'm going to pick Connor, just because I've seen how he's been taking this pretty seriously. He's incredibly fit, and he's patient. He's just, has more experience. He's more senior. But not too senior, and that's the big thing. We're too senior, but he's just senior enough.
But Liam is a national champion from last year, Brad, and he took him down 3-1 last night.
I know, and I was talking to Liam about that, and he's just been a bit injured, or he's off a bit recently from squash, so he wasn't very happy with his level of fitness. I think the Liam we saw at Nationals this past year would have been a different match result, but who can really say for sure on that?
All right, so you're taking Connor.
I'm going to take Connor.
3, 4, 5?
Connor doesn't like winning in 3. He wants to win a minimum 4, maybe 5 games. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, I don't actually really have any idea. I think just Connor's experience, I think, will be helpful. That extra time he's played. I know he's been in the Pan Ams the last few years. But I don't know. That's a tough. Because I don't know if they've played before, and you have somebody who's just out of juniors playing someone who, at 29 years old, you should be basically in your prime of your career. I think I got to go with the experience here, but especially knowing that Connor and the inside knowledge that he was behaving himself last night.
Yeah, we were all a bit surprised by that.
Yeah.
He looked very sad going home when we were all going out to the pub, but he made
the
right call.
He would have looked more sad if he lost his match because he had too much fun last night.
Yeah. And that's the experience. That's a veteran move, going home early.
Well, in his semifinal match, too, I thought he was pretty clinical, and he won that in 3, and I don't think fatigue or muscle soreness or anything is going to be an issue there, so I think I would also have to agree with you. I'd say Connor, but I do think this is going to be a really hard match just because I know he's not going to get many free points, so I think it's going to be a tough one. I again would probably go 4 or 5 games, but I wouldn't be completely shocked if it went either way. I'd say it's 65 to 70% favor for Connor.
Oh, you're really waffling a bit on this
Giving
one.
you some odds there, Brad.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna take the Big Turk in 4 games.
Well, speaking of Big Turks, one of the worst candy chocolate bars ever made. I gave one to Connor this week that I had in my locker for about 3 years. I hope I didn't eat it because then he might actually get sick. But
well, maybe that's why it didn't come out last night.
Yeah, he wasn't very impressed by the Big Turk chocolate bar. In fact, I don't know anyone that actually likes those things. They're pretty gross. Sorry, Big Turk, if whatever company it makes them, if you're listening.
So I feel like the beginning of this match, they're really being pretty patient and kind of, I think, filling each other out a little bit. PG-13 way, of course.
Yep.
But they're really being patient, not going for too much. The ball's bouncy. They haven't played each other, so I think they're being kind of stingy. And but here, this rally, they've actually opened up the court a little bit more and looking to be a bit more assertive. And also should add that it's actually quite hot out. It's almost like a summer day out.
It's
so
really
the club
warm.
is a little bit warmer than it would be normally this time of the year.
Hey, I'll probably need to drink a few extra beers today to cool down. I think they'll give a stroke on that.
It should be a stroke.
Yeah.
Even though his racket wasn't up, that was right at himself. So I think Wazy.
I believe it's pronounced Wazi.
Wazi? Okay.
We asked Liam Marison here, and he said Wazi, but then he
so one of us
wasn't
will be
quite sure either. We're both wrong.
Okay.
There's a chance of that.
All right. Well, so I know he grew up in Milton, and I don't know who you train with when you're in Milton. That's kind of like outskirts of Toronto, even though there's always traffic driving through Milton.
Yeah. The only person I knew that was in Milton, not anymore, was Justin Vanderleest. He lived there for several years, but I don't think by then he was playing squash.
For Wazy or Wazi's squash career, he was not growing up training with Justin.
I don't think so either, no.
And I can tell you he definitely wasn't playing at this level. Maybe Justin of 20 years ago.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, Justin, if you're listening.
He would admit it. Hey, 9-3 Turk in this first game. Pretty convincing.
Pretty good first game for Connor. Yeah.
I think that's going to be a stroke, but he didn't really give him time to get out of there, but that was a loose ball.
It was too loose.
Yeah.
I think at this point you're up 9-3, well 9-4 now. Just let it go.
Well, it just shows he doesn't want to give up a single point, though. So I don't mind getting into it as long as he can reset and refocus and not turn this into 2 points. Because right now he has control on the scoreboard, and he's 2 points away from winning the game. And I obviously have seen Connor play a number of tournaments over the years, and also at Pan Am's last year when I was one of the coaches, and he can sometimes get a little over involved with the referee's decisions. So
I have seen him do that on occasion. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that happens to everybody. That's, not really uncommon. But you don't want that to affect your performance or how you're playing the rallies, especially if you're in control of the match.
And, I think he's actually, I remember, I think it was Nationals, he was a victim of some difficult decisions against him that I didn't agree with. So he got a little heated at that, and maybe rightly so.
But I think that's, a good teaching tool for the youngsters is like, it's not under your control. You can't get too upset about it, right? Unless you getting angry is going to help you wake yourself up and get going, then I don't think it's worth it.
Some people can use that anger like Hulk, and just get stronger. Most people can't do that.
But I don't know if you want to do that when you're already in control of a match. Maybe if things aren't going your way and you want to kind of wake things up and shake it up a little bit, that could help. But I think if you're in control and you what's that saying? You let the sleeping dog sleep, or sleeping bear.
Don't poke the bear?
Don't poke the bear. Yeah, something like that. But I think you don't want to let them know that you're rattled at all or you're not confident about everything that's happening on the court.
Nice shot. Good combo there. First game, Connor. Looking pretty strong.
Yeah, and very few unforced errors from both players.
Yeah. What do you think Wazzy has to do to come out in this next game?
Well, the end of that game, he started to attack a lot more, but I don't know if that's the right game plan, because I feel like Connor is generally likes to open up the court, and he's sometimes too impatient. So I think Wazzy should really just close the court down and attack from mid-court instead of the back of the court, and he doesn't need to force it to open up the court. He should bore him to death, and let Connor play these little floaty boasts and try to use his speed and counterattack and volley mid-court and look to attack from those areas. But we'll see if he can do it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, back soon.
I don't think we talked about their current world rankings. Connor 165 and Wazzy 277. And there's also, I know Jay Nash has 1 million pointers about basically every single breakdown. So there is points and obviously money that will affect their rankings after these matches. So the champion of this will get 60 points and 570 USD. So really at this level, they're playing for the points.
That's like $1 million Canadian.
Well,
that's pretty good.
It's a lot of Zimbabwe dollars for sure. But so apparently 60 points would average you at 127th in the world. So both players would be moving up with the win, and the finalists would get 39 points, which would put you at 161st. So I think those are both increases on their current ranking, but obviously I think more than that, you just want to win tournaments. You want to say that you've won X number of titles, and I think the more points you get, the higher rank, then the better chance you get into the main draws. Like Connor did get into the Nash Cup here a number of times over the years, so just being sometimes 10, 20 spots higher, that puts you in a much bigger event. So it's nice. I actually think that's a benefit this week, is having the Jack Fairs as well as the Nash Cup. So a number of the players, the top seeds in the Jack Fairs Open, also played in the Nash Cup, and then they obviously tried to win those matches, but they didn't, and then they still got a number of other matches. So they're going to get a bit of extra money for the week and points for 2 tournaments this week. So it really makes the trip worthwhile.
And it really helps the young Canadian guys coming up.
And the old guys, Brad.
And the old guys, yeah. Helps them get that experience, get a few bucks in their pocket and some ranking points. Maybe play some different opponents. I personally don't have a lot of championship trophies at my house.
I've seen a lot in there, Brad.
But those are mostly tinner winner, or runner-up tinners.
I've seen a lot of trophies, actually. I think you need a new room for your trophy case.
Don't read the fine print too closely.
Are those all gens?
They're mostly gens.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right. Well, so far, I think much of the same here.
Look at the beginning of the game. Wazzy was picking the pace up and trying to volley more in midcourt, and then he's kind of backed off that a bit, or perhaps Connor's adjusted his own game.
Well, I'd say the biggest difference watching is kind of in their movement. Like, I feel like Connor's a little springier, and he's maybe on the ball a fraction quicker, and he's taking the ball a bit more in front. And, I think Wazzy's playing the ball a little more behind him, and he's not really looking to take the ball as early. And I think that's going to be too comfortable for Connor.
It does kind of feel as if Connor's dictating the game right now, the play.
Well, he looks comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't think you want your opponent to feel comfortable.
Well, I do. I'm just a really nice guy. My opponents always feel very comfortable.
But I think last night when we commentated that last match of the night, you showed a perfect example of how confidence can really make somebody play so much better. And both players, when they were on streaks, their performance improved just because they were playing with so much confidence. And right now, winning that first game, I don't know what the stats would be, but it must be pretty high after even if you're a similar ranked player, if you win that first game, you're winning a lot more of those matches just because of that confidence level I think you gain. And right now, I just don't think Connor feels like he has under really a lot of pressure from the quality of his shots or the timing he's allowed to hit the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a good mover. He's very springy out there. So he does not look tired one bit. So I think I'd probably be telling Wazzy to pick the pace up.
I think I would too. Yeah.
He's got to hit it harder, get on the volley, and apply a bit more pressure. Because right now everything's too mid-height on the front wall. There we go. I want to see more volleys. I mean, hard to do if you're the one under pressure, but I think just playing defense, keeping the ball in play isn't gonna work today. But again, hard to do when you're a 19-year-old, right? You're playing a seasoned veteran, lots of experience, international experience.
I like you play through that there. Continuous play.
Oh, a little flat on that one, on that movement. Maybe that match with Liam took a bit out of him, or maybe just a bit of nerves today. Don't think he's reading Connor quite as well as Liam, or maybe moving quite as good, but I imagine this might be his first PSA Tour finals, but I'd have to double check.
It likely is, yeah.
When was your first PSA Tour finals, Brad?
I'd have to go back and look at the stats on that one.
I don't know if they had an internet back then.
Oh, good. Then there's no stats. That's a shame.
Okay, that was a nice counterattack. But he has not been the one to really initiate with having Connor out of position yet. And I think that's really what he needs to look for.
I actually think I might hold one record in the PSA where I was beaten twice. And I'm not sure this ever happened before, where I was knocked out.
Well, no, there is lucky losers, so that's definitely happened.
And you came back in? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But this was when lucky losers actually were already done, I believe. And I lost first round, and then someone pulled out, and they threw me back in for another match that I also lost.
I hope you got 2 paychecks.
I did, actually, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I have heard about, I think even Nicole Bunyan was a lucky loser at British Open, and then she lost in qualifying. someone got injured, she got pulled up, and then she won her first round match.
Yep.
So that is like you're not a loser anymore if you're actually getting in the main draw and you're winning.
So my mistake then was not winning a match.
That is your mistake. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do remember my second match. I was playing Albert Schoyet, a former Western player, and he was playing quite well, training full time. And in the warm up, he's like, he says, Brad, just I'm here to win this tournament. And I said, Albert, I was already out. I was on my way home, and they told me to play again. I am not here to win. And he goes, and we're on the same page. I'm like, yes, we are.
Wow, sounds like you got intimidated by somebody much younger than you, Brad.
No, we just wanted to make sure we were on the same boat here. I just wanted to get home.
But that was well before your prime, really.
Oh, I mean, some of us never hit our prime.
Okay, I like this rally, actually. Even though, there's not been a lot of volley. I don't like that shot, but
no, that was a bad
this rally's better.
Yep.
Just that one boast, I think, was improper timing. But the length and quality, keeping, rotating around, even though there wasn't a lot happening, I think that was better. You got to put some work into Connor and make him earn it. It was a bit too easy, I think, up until that point. And I like the length of the rally.
But it just goes to show that one boast is all it took to end it for him.
Yeah,
he's got to be careful.
Floaty boast. A floaty boast isn't good at the U11 level, right?
No. But it shows how good Connor is, and the quality of the squash in general, where all it takes is one bad shot like that, and it's over. He got it. That looked good.
That was a good get.
That one was not.
Looked down, but. But he doesn't appear to either be applying enough pressure with his length or reading Connor well enough, because he's really almost volleyed nothing.
Yeah, and it's now 6-2 for Connor this game.
If you compare the length hitting we saw last night in that final men's semis, where it was much lower and much more pressure. Actually, this is the first rally. He's actually picked the pace up a little bit. So
he needs to do more of this.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know where this was. This is a better point. He's making Connor work here. That was a good shot. Connor likes that floaty boast. I don't know why, but got away with that one. Well, he's a coach, I guess. That is a good feeding boast as a coach.
He is. Yeah, he probably for a second thought he was back in a lesson. Give a shout out to the Bow Valley Athletic Club, where he's at. Here's a fantastic spot. Dean Brown out there.
Oh!
Wow, nice little change of direction.
So he didn't really force that volley. That was just a loose cross court from Connor. And Connor really hasn't sprayed out too much loose length, which sometimes it's just your focus and your accuracy, but sometimes it's really about telling you how much pressure the other person is putting on you. If you're not really applying pressure, you're not going to get a loose ball, and you can't volley. So someone may go tell him, hey, Wazzy, get on the volley. And we're like, oh, yeah, my opponent's under no pressure, so he's not hitting it loose. So I do think the injection of pace actually is definitely something that will pay dividends if he can pick it up a little more like that. And I think actually if I was coaching, I'd be saying your length under the service line unless you're under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And he's way too far back there. Do you see he was volleying that ball and basically behind the service box.
Yeah.
So Connor is back in front of him by the time. He has a very deep tee, which is not good for getting on the ball early. And even that, I think he should have taken that earlier. So a bit more proactive, taking that ball further up in the court. That's a great finish.
Great shot and a good rally. Nice rally there.
4-6. Okay, a little push
coming
here.
Back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Better pace. I think injection of pace here. He's had a few more openings and opportunities because of it. A good sign that you're creating pressure with your length, Brad, is if your opponent is under pressure with either the amount of time they have or the space. So, and you can tell when Connor is having to adapt his posture or is late to the ball. That's a sign that length quality is improved.
Yeah, when he starts looking less comfortable.
Yeah, and that's when people either hit the ball slower or they hit the ball looser. And if you can do that, like that didn't apply any pressure, but he still got a loose ball, jumped on the volley. Nice little hold there. That was a nice shot. Oh, good get. I think we're getting a match here, Brad.
We are.
There's a new player on
What a
board
retrieval.
Got
him on the stroke.
That was a big point. Though, for both players, I'd say.
Yeah, he's questioning the pickup, but it looked very good from down here. No, that was a fantastic gut.
Yeah, I'd say Connor was outplayed and won the rally.
Yes.
But that was the best rally of the match.
But he paid for it. That definitely took some stamina to stay in that.
Yeah, but that was the first time, like, I think Wazzy was actually in control of a rally, start to finish. Mm-hmm. So that's a rally where even if the process is good and you lose it, you have to gain some confidence and just keep trying to play those rallies. And just trust that it's going to work out in the end on the scorecard.
Do you think there's much advantage for Connor training out west in the altitude? For his lungs, fitness, cardio?
I don't know how long that lasts after, like for how long you're away for, but there is definitely scientific.
I think he should play that ball.
He was just late and out of position.
Yeah,
I think
the refs may give a no let here. I think he's trying to get a stroke.
I think he would have hit a loose ball just because that was not a smooth approach into that shot.
Well, it's now 10-4 game ball for Connor.
10-4, but higher quality at the end of this game. So I think we are going to see a much better third game. But again, this is where even though you're down a lot of game balls, you got to make Connor work and show him you're not giving anything for free here. And that actually might have been a good time to get angry at the ref, even though I agreed with that call. Like, maybe that's what he needs to get angry, hit the ball a little bit harder, and just find a way. That's a great shot.
Yep. Yeah, the score isn't really indicative of the quality of this match. I felt it's been very close so far, but just Connor as being more consistent, more steady.
This game much higher from both players, I'd say. Yeah, like
good
it's making Connor scramble a lot more. A few more volleys, a little more pace. Too far back in the tee still. That's a great shot. Oh, what a get. But that's hard work. So
that
you want to keep doing
work.
that.
Is this why you keep
don't
in it?
Give up that game, Brad. You got to, because you never know. One or two rallies like this, the legs, the lungs can really go, and that can totally change a match. Especially when you're 19 and you're playing somebody that's a bit older.
That's
a major tour.
Tough movement. Very tough movement.
If Connor doesn't win this, he's in trouble.
Look at that, and hunched over.
And that's why you don't give up, Brad.
Yep.
That was the best rally of the match for Wazzy, and I think he's actually got a chance in this game now.
Well, balls 10, but he's going to be hoping. He's going to be hoping for a quick point.
But you got to make this a really hard
rally. He's going to go for it.
Stay up high on the tee. Don't get beat to the front. Get on the ball early. Keep the pace up.
That's not going to win points.
Great shot.
And now 7-10.
I think we got a game here.
7-10, and all of a sudden it gets a little tighter.
I told you, one rally.
Yeah.
Totally changes the match. Totally different player all of a sudden. He really wasn't dictating any rallies whatsoever. He was reacting to Connor completely. And this game, second half, got a little bit better, and one rally where he just really worked him.
He's saying he hit him with his racket.
That was
he's trying to get a stroke.
Winning opportunity, but I think that was very minimal interference.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is, any kind of cross court there was probably a winning shot with Connor on that side of the court. A little boaster cross kill, and that rally was over. All right, let ball. I don't know how you don't volley that.
Just play it. Yeah.
Volley that and hit a winning.
He's also giving Connor more time now to recover.
Yeah.
He should be trying to speed things up. fewer breaks.
Well, this is where we'll see how that altitude training is helping.
Yes. Oh, he's going for it. Good opening again.
Oh,
nice
he's
recovery.
a man possessed, Brad. You can tell when you get those movements.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was good.
That was also good.
Oh man,
those were all good. All good.
He's possessed right now. He's gonna find a way.
Oh wow! What a finish to that game. Some fantastic gets there. Fantastic gets.
But really got to give Waze a ton of credit to how he finished that game, and if he can come out how he finished that one, I think we got a good match.
We will. Yeah, that was a
Connor
great,
needs to win this
great
in
end
3.
of that game. Yes, he does. We'll be back soon. We're back for 3. So if you are Wazzy now, you've already suggested what he needs to do. What does Connor need to do now?
He has to win this game.
Yes.
He has to win this game, and really, the main thing is he has to keep. He has to be the proactive one. He can't be on the defense here and chasing the ball like he did at the end of that game, because you could see it was hurting him. So I think he can't force it. Like there, he was forcing it. I think he's got to still play high percentage squash. And it's going to be a little bit mental. It's going to be probably painful, but I think they both know that this game is maybe for the match, potentially.
Do you think Connor needs to find his comfort zone again? Or do you think
Wazzy's
not going to let that happen?
I don't think he wants to get sucked in with the pace, maybe, but I think it's more the quality of Connor's shots and to keep the pressure on. Like, that was very high quality. That was questionable.
That was
I don't know
questionable.
if that was good.
It might have been good.
But that was high percentage. That was a really strong, simple rally.
Yep. Yeah, just some good backhand length. Waited for an opening. Took it in short.
Yeah. So I think, Connor just can't play those floaty low bows. He can't float like that. That was a very loose floaty drive. He can't, he's got to keep the ball away with those floaty mid-court, floaty bows, or then he's on the defense, and he's going to have to work too hard. But I think the quality just got so much better from both players.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of the rallies, the length of the rallies, the squash was a lot more dynamic. There's such a big difference in how they were playing compared to the first half or 3/4 of the first game, where they were really just moving the ball around and not doing a lot.
No lad. Yeah, I think Wazzy's really shown too. He's a guy you should keep an eye on coming up through the ranks.
Of course, only 19. I mean, he was on the world junior team when he was younger, so one of the best in Canada for sure. And just the fact you can play at a level at 19 where you're playing one of the best players in Canada, and you can make him work that hard and make it look that painful for the guy. Like, you're onto something, right? So, but I think the simple areas that, I talked about already earlier, just pushing up on his tee, playing with a bit more pace, taking the ball a bit earlier. He doesn't really get on the ball even there, so he's on the ball very late.
Yeah.
Trying to have a bit more injection of his speed for offense, I think, would really help his game. Like, look at Al Surdi last night, just how he was on the ball so early. He was hunting the ball, taking the ball so far up, how much pressure that can apply to somebody. And you can see he's given up the tee on that return. It wasn't even a good shot.
He really made it feel impossible to get the ball past him.
He's not looking laterally at all for the ball. He'll volley. He's a great volleyer, but he's not looking for it unless it comes to him.
Poor error there.
Well, I also wonder just if he got settled in. Like, maybe he was a bit nervous, and maybe if it is actually his first PSA final, and a good crowd here streaming on SquashTV, that I think that would be normal.
You had a few people message here saying to keep saying the scores because the scores are not updating here live. So 3-2 now.
I'm not good at math, Brad. I'm going to forget the score. So.
I'm pretty much the worst at keeping score. Oh, that was a hard land. Oh, that looked bad.
That was. Hopefully he's all right. I don't know what he landed on.
I think he's grabbing his wrist. That was unfortunate. There's sometimes you see a land like that and it's a soft one. That was not a soft one. Yeah, always grabbing his side. Oh, it is his wrist.
Glad it's the left one, but it doesn't mean it feels any better.
No.
I think we might be in for a little quick injury timeout here. I would definitely be taking a couple minutes.
Yeah. Okay, he seemed to be walking it off. Looks like he's okay.
If I was Connor, I would take a little more time. Even if just to, catch your breath and make sure you're 100% for this rally. You don't want to be still thinking of your body, your wrist, and how hard can you move. And sometimes it's actually hard if you feel like, even though that was obviously not intentional whatsoever, but it's hard to play after you've injured somebody. When you nailed that guy in the jugular with a doubles ball, Brad, it's probably hard to step back on there and play that next rally.
Well, especially because I couldn't be in front of him in the doubles court the rest of the match. He was going to light me up.
Yeah, well, that's
and
true.
rightly so.
So I think it can affect the concentration for both players, right? So
yeah.
You hope they can get back to playing good squash and that Connor's okay. He seems to be okay, but...
And the score is now 6-2 Wazzy, so...
Yeah, I think that would have been a good time for a little timeout there.
I'm wondering at this point if Connor might just try and throw this game.
Oh, he got on that quick.
Recover mentally.
That was the first counter he was really on early. Connor's still looking at his wrist, so... I don't know if you can take an injury timeout 5 rallies after your injury happened. But,
no, I don't think so.
Nice shot.
Well, we did say Connor in 4 or 5 games. So
I said Connor in 4, but I think the end of that last game made me really think it has to be Connor in 3. But, I mean, he's also pretty experienced, so I do think there is a way where he could lose this game and come back and really dig deep.
Oh, they gave a let.
That's
a tough call. That's a tough call.
I don't agree with that one, but
I don't understand how that's a let. Well, okay.
Oh, that was a good
yeah,
catch.
he's still mad. He's still mad.
A little sloppy there.
Yeah.
I think Connor should have just finished that with a length or kill.
That call, unfortunately, really changed the feel. Connor was, it felt like it might have been a momentum shift.
Yeah, 4-8 right now. So it looks like Connor's maybe shooting a little bit, a little upset about that call, maybe a little upset that he's down in this game, a little upset that he's a little banged up from that spill.
Well, Wazzy's doing what he needs to do here.
As the older, more experienced player, you must always feel a little bit of pressure. You don't want that young up-and-coming junior to be
beautiful. Yeah, you don't, no.
And you feel like if they do, then it's like, are they going to just keep beating you? Can you come back and beat them after they've, they're still improving maybe faster. So you got to keep them in their place and use that experience and make sure you beat them as long as possible. Step on that earlier. See how far back he was on that volley?
Yeah.
It was a good volley.
It worked out.
But he's, again, so far back that it actually gave Connor time to get back in position. And then because it gave him so much time, he could hit it deep. But I think moving forwards more on those volleys would really benefit him. So I think we got a match here.
We certainly have what looks to be a match. Oh, okay, well. Might as well go for it. He's down quite a bit here.
I believe 5'10". 6'10". I told you my math wasn't great, Brad.
We believe you know. A bit of an awkward drop, but you get away with it.
That's wide. That's a great drive. I like that. There you go. See, good height on these. Better pace, better height on his length. Oh, what a shot.
Beautiful drop shot there.
Great touch.
I mean, he's kind of playing fearless at the moment because he has nothing to lose. He's down so much, and he's getting away with it.
You play your best squash sometimes in that position, eh?
It
you
sometimes
stop caring about the result, and you play more free-flowing. Sometimes you just care too much, Brad.
Well, not me specifically, but others, I understand, yeah.
But it also shows that last point's the hardest to win.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, did he not get a stroke? I mean, he was kind of fishing with the racket behind the head, but that was a very loose ball and a winning position, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't wrap his racket and arm around his head, he's getting a no-let? They gave
a no-let.
That's wild. I think it's because, or was it context throw for yelling? I'm not sure.
I don't know for sure. I think they gave no-let. I mean, he did wrap the arm, but at the same time, there was interference. It was a loose ball.
Yeah, I think that...
I don't see how that's a no-let.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a stroke because it was a loose ball in a winning position for Connor to be in, but he did wrap his arm around, which I know refs don't like. But does that make it not a stroke if it's a loose ball?
No, it doesn't. Yeah. If it was a stroke before the arm wrap, it's still a stroke with the arm wrap.
Yeah, but somehow that he lost the game on that point kind of boggles my mind.
Yeah.
Unless it was just he got a contact stroke maybe for yelling.
I don't think so. I think when he yelled, it was because they said no-let.
No, and I think he would have reacted quicker that it was a no-let. But
we'll find out shortly.
I think actually there is a chance where we talked about that little bit of anger can help. And this is going to be a test. Can he channel it into not being a headless chicken? And can he actually be angry but play with purpose and come out really driven? Because he's going to actually have to pick up his intensity and to win this fourth game.
Yeah, we'll be back shortly and we'll see what happens. right, we're about to start the next game here. Connor looks pretty calm.
All right.
Wazzy looks unfazed.
How do you think that's going to affect Connor this game, though?
I think he will come out this game very intense. And if it doesn't work, it could backfire. But that was not a good start that he wanted.
Wazzy looks like he's playing with a bit more confidence right now.
Yes, he does. And he looks extremely calm.
He's quicker to the service box. Almost served out for a second time there. So, again, I guess in Egypt they don't work on their serves. But it's not actually. I saw some Nash Cup players serve out this week, Brad. Can you believe it?
I can, as someone who serves out once a match these days.
Yes, but you're not playing in a copper, PSA copper tournament.
That's true. Nor should I ever again.
I saw a player serve out a match ball. He had match ball and he served out.
Which player was that?
I think
mistake.
it's actually the Zaman in the finals.
Zaman?
Yeah, I told him after his match, I was like, "Oh, good match. I hope tomorrow you keep your serves in." So,
I'm sure he appreciated that joke. Ooh.
Well, I don't know how many court sprints. Apparently, he's the grandson of a former world champion.
Is he?
Yes. Yeah.
One of the cons.
Zaman. No, I can't remember his grandfather's name. I'd have to look it up, but I know one of the members went and did ask because he knew the name from back in Pakistan and said it wasn't very popular back there. And, so.
Both players getting a little chippy here. They gave no let on that.
That is unbelievable that is a no let.
Interesting.
Maybe the ref feels bad. It's a makeup call, but, that is, just a simple call. It's a simple stroke, not even considerable for a no let.
I'm not sure where they're getting that from, but here we are.
Well, it's easy from the armchair quarterback to.
It's true. I actually do find it easier to ref when I'm not the one reffing for some reason. I don't know if you find the same, because you're not on the spot.
Yeah, I just don't know how strokes turn into no lets. That's one that baffles me. I'm not sure. If you're like, okay, maybe it's like they see something at a little bit different angle and they give a let instead of a stroke, but how does a stroke turn into a no let? Twice now. That I don't know.
Ooh, tough miss there. So we're at 3-2 now for Connor. That's a good start. He needed a good start. He needed up in some points.
He looks more focused, and I think because he was getting a bit tired in the end of that second and third, that maybe that gave him a bit of a boost in testosterone, right? And he's actually got it a second or third wind here, and he's powering through it, right? So that's where I think maybe that actually did help him. Even though you never want to lose a game, how he lost that last game, I think it might actually have been helpful.
Well, I've seen Connor gut out a lot of big matches before. He'll just dig in. He has these energy reserves that seem to come from somewhere.
Well, they both picked up the pace this game. That's the biggest difference. And that's why I think we're going to be in for some really entertaining squash. I just want their squash to dictate the outcome, not the referees.
You always hope that's going to be the case. Sadly, it isn't always.
The thing is, they're actually very clean players. They
play
around each other. They're both tall guys.
Good rally.
Around 6 feet, but they move around each other fine. It's just a couple loose balls that, I think they're not happy with the consistency of the decisions. But it's kind of gone both ways so far.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually been quite a clean match, which has been fun to watch.
I haven't seen really Wazzy play any lifts.
Ooh.
That was not the right shot, but it was a great shot.
Yes.
That's one when you're the coach and you're like, no. Yes, great shot. But I don't understand why somebody's so fast. He gets so many balls here. There's a lot. He barely ever lifts the ball. And then he does two. He's just proved me wrong today. I'm out of a job now.
Nice length there, too.
Yeah,
good weighted shot. So if you're Connor, what do you do at this point?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know if Connor picking up the pace is really his game here. I think he's just got to try to actually get the middle of the court back, and that's forcing it a little bit. He's the one now on his back foot, and Wazzy's hitting with a lot more pace.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can really argue that one.
No, I think he probably maybe wants a few seconds break here. But
no, I think it's more about he got that no let when it was a stroke. So now why is this less of a stroke? And he got a stroke.
Yep.
So I think that he wants some consistency from the referees there. But it's funny how it's like actually the opposite of the first game where Connor was the one in control. He had so much time on every ball, and now he's actually has way less time on every ball, and he's the one under so much more pressure just by Wazzy picking up the pace, hitting the ball harder, and probably hitting the ball a little bit tighter, not floating the ball around. Is a lot more intention, I think, with all of his shots.
Yeah, he definitely seems much more confident.
It's almost like he didn't have a game plan to the first game or two when I'm watching this. It's like a totally different person. This person would beat the guy in the first two games 3-0.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I think what I would do personally, a little unlucky with that bounce.
Yeah.
I know it is exhausting to like always hit the ball with that much pace because that's the biggest thing. He's really injecting a lot of pace there. If I was Connor, I would probably play medium pace, and it might take you a bit more length, more shots to really get an opportunity to volley. But that's probably what I'd be trying to do, not get sucked into like hitting with that kind of pace. Connor's got some nice holds from the front.
I don't know what call they gave there.
I think no let.
No let.
That was tight.
That was tight.
But I think he would have got
call.
it. Maybe took the wrong line, I think. Yeah. That's a tight shot.
5-8 now, so he's still in this.
Oh, that was a very senior move there. Bouncing the ball off your foot to get a few extra seconds.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah. And Brad, you know as good as I do, if he was really more experienced, he'd be aiming for that back nick on this court because there's a giant metal strip on the back nick.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I love that metal strip.
Yeah. Begging for it.
And I usually do overhit my length, so I end up hitting that metal strip at least 4 or 5 times every match.
Yeah, at least one serve. You got to go for that.
Yeah. What's great is when you serve really hard at their body and then you hit the metal strip. They dodge it thinking, oh, that was easy to, I can dodge that. Then a metal strip and it flatlines.
I think Connor's in trouble. I don't like the floaty boast again. It's coach boast, I call it, but I don't think right now he has an answer.
He doesn't seem to this game.
Yeah, 10-5 game ball. And now somehow he's reading Connor a lot better. I don't know.
Well, he's just full of confidence now, too.
Yeah.
Connor is, he's kind of called it in this game.
Well,
he's really got to change things up now.
I think we might both be wrong. We're going to really see what Connor's made.
We're not wrong yet, and that's really what matters.
Well, I did say 3-1, Connor.
You did.
You said 3-1 or 3-2.
I said 4 or 5.
Yeah, but that's going to make a prediction.
I gave myself a bit of wiggle room there.
Well, right now, I know if I was saying who was going to win, I would take the one with the momentum, who's won the last 2 games.
As would I.
But Connor needs to come out and play one of his best squash games every single rally. The start is crucial. And I actually think he might, even though I think he needs to play more medium pace, slow it down. Like, he right now is playing so defensive because his pace is like actually making play on the back foot. I think he actually has to pick the pace up a bit, but not just everything to overhit it, just to try to take time away. I do think he needs to try to actually take the pace of it.
And I've seen Connor play a lot of tough matches, and he seems to have these reserves that he just pulls on when he needs it. And
that's the altitude.
That's the altitude training. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
The Big Turks.
Yeah, and he does a lot of climbing as well. I hear he's climbed a couple bridges and stuff, so that's good training. But we'll see. We'll see. He's really strong this game. Very early in the game. We'll be back. Fighting 5th game.
Prediction time, Brad. Is it the youngster or the experienced veteran?
It's tough to argue against the momentum that Wazzy's shown. He's played fantastic, and he's looking so focused.
Well, I'm sure you're hoping not only because you're buddies with Connor, but he's staying with you. So you don't want to have a grumpy house guest.
Well, he did say win or lose, he was going to have fun tonight. And
well, he said losing was an option?
No,
Brad,
he didn't actually
if I knew
say
that before the match started.
Maybe I'm putting words in his mouth. He said immediately after the match, I will have fun.
Okay.
So I took that to mean
if he loses, I don't know if he's going to be having fun right after the match. I don't know.
Maybe not, yeah.
Especially being up 2-love and so convincing the first 1 3/4 of a game.
Yeah, and he was in such control early on.
Yeah, I think he needs to go full, desperation mode, every point is match ball, and he has to do anything to get the ball back. And it's going to be tough. I don't know. He's going to have to really dig really deep. Quality's much higher, the pace is much higher, and the belief is there, and the confidence is there. So there's a lot of things going against Connor right now, and if he can find a way to pull this out, it would show why he's one of the best in Canada.
That was good. The ball was good.
You thought that was good?
I thought from this angle it looked good, yeah. Well, we're getting comments from the crowd here saying the ball might have been down, but it didn't matter regardless. If I was wrong, that'd be my first time ever, so never been wrong before. I've noticed too, Connor, he seems to be a little more tight on the backhand side. He's able to sort of lock the rally down a little better.
But I do think Connor does like to chip the ball more in the backhand. He doesn't play with forehand. He'll play a bit of pace, but backhand definitely a bit more chippy. Yeah, a little bit late racket prep on that one, but.
Tight
nice
drop.
Counter.
That's not the shot.
That is not the shot. But now he knows for next time.
Yeah. Oh, no, maybe not.
That should have been a counter.
That should be a stroke.
I don't think that's a stroke. He could
have gave a let.
I think he could have only both sat or hit a straight. I
thought he could have pulled it straight.
That ball's behind him. I think he should have played it.
Well,
it's weird how some of these situations, it's I'm not really too sure what to expect, but neither player seemed to disappointed with a let there, so maybe that means it was a right call.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. If neither player's arguing, yeah, that's a stroke. I know he feels he's been hard done by here, but that did come out unfortunately pretty loose.
He knew that was a stroke.
Yeah.
Though. There's no can only be upset at himself for that loose ball, but in that return is just not. It's a floaty overhit drive, not tight. I think quality of that length has to be. There you go, like that, and then you have a chance to do that. Oh, that's a great shot. I don't think that's.
They're not going to give him a let.
That's a let. That would be criminal. So.
Let's go, Connor. Let's go, Connor. Let's go, Wazzy.
got to say, Wazzy's really impressed me this match, how he's turned it around.
Well, it's just weird how poor he played the first 2 games. I don't think Connor's done much wrong. Like, it's just 2 different players.
I just feel his composure has been fantastic, and he's really just playing fantastic, like squash right now.
Well, I just wonder where this was the first game in 3 quarters.
That could just be, finals jitters, like a PSA finals, and he's playing one of the best players in the country, and it took him a little time to, get into the feel of things. But he's definitely found his game now.
Yeah. He's taking the ball earlier, hitting it harder. Connor.
That might be a no let. I think that's a tough. No, they gave him a lighter stroke, but that's a tough call. From this angle, I don't have a great view, but 5-1 now.
5-1. Uh-oh.
Well, that's not what you want to see.
That's just too easy. Can't give away those points, Brad. And he knows that.
He won't be happy with, how this match has gone. Knowing Connor, he's
that was a much better working post, by the way. Well, this is when you get to see what you're made of, Brad. It's easy to give it your all when you're winning, but when you were winning and now you're on the wrong end, there's when you gotta dig the deepest.
Turns out I'm made of cardboard for all the man I get injured.
You better watch out for those bunnies then.
Yeah. 7-1 now.
I told you I was worried in the end of that second game.
You could see the shift.
Started shifting, and there was a lot more pressure, and Connor was looking tired.
And those rallies hurt. Wazzy's really making Connor at this point probably wonder how to win points because...
Yeah, I think he doesn't know how to win a point right now. It's just he feels like there's nothing he can do that's hurting.
Yeah. Good squeeze there.
Well, it's totally different player this last 3 and a quarter games, I'd say. That was a little bit loose, but he's really made almost no errors.
Yep.
He's taken the ball earlier. He's picked the pace up. His length is better. It's just
Crowd's getting fired up now.
Crazy how different this he's played.
Do you think there was some fatigue here for Connor was an issue after that second game? He looked like he was pretty gassed at the end of that game. But
yes,
he seemed like he was still moving well in the next ones.
I think it was more about that he didn't have any openings to attack anymore. That was, I think, more of the issue there. That all looked good to me. I don't see anything wrong with that rally.
Well, I hope he didn't damage our camera there in the front.
10-3. Championship point here, Brad, for our second Jack Fairs Open champion.
Now Connor's picking the pace up.
He found a fifth wind, I think.
He might be wishing he'd done this earlier in this game, because that's kind of what he needs to do, I think, is pick that pace up and take control of the tee again.
Hard to do for an entirety of a game.
Yes.
That's the only rally that in recent memory that he's actually had some pressure on his opponent, though. There you go.
Yeah.
5-10.
5-10. Still a ways to go. Oh, we got the shoelaces. Now, I don't know if you noticed this. Those shoelaces of Aussies were bugging me the whole match. They're just long enough that the shoelace is touching the ground, the floor of the court, but not long enough you can trip on it. But you keep thinking he's going to trip on it. Like, look at the length of those bows.
Well, he's probably just got a triple knot.
Look at this.
He's only double knotting those.
Shorter laces.
it's good to see some.
I think that was good.
Connor. I don't think he's
No, it'll be no let.
I don't think that's going to be a let.
Yeah. Well,
great performance from the young guy.
Yeah, he looked really solid.
Making a name for himself.
Yep.
Well deserved for sure.
The crowd's happy. They saw a five-game battle.
I mean, I did say Connor probably had to win that in 3.
Yep.
That's how it looked at the end of the second, and I think it proved that I was probably right with that. And that was pretty impressive the last 3 and 3 quarters, 1/4 games.
Yeah, he looked really solid there.
Yeah, if he can continue playing like that, I think we'll see him.
We'll see a lot more of him.
Cracking the top 150 soon and cracking the top 100 in the next year or 2, I bet.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, that's it for the Hannah Bros.
That's it for the Hannah Bros.